Okay, this is a video about a book. I've seen a lot of books and I have as many of them. But now gardening books and allotment books are not my interest anymore, just because they are too general. And I'm more interested in the specific subjects, the books about one fruit or one variety of vegetable and just explaining about it. So this is the book of Quinces, Growing and Cooking by Jane McMorland Hunter and Sue Dunster. It's published by the English Kitchen, in the English Kitchen series by the, let me just tell you which company, which publisher has published it. Prospect Books. Date of publication is 2014. The book is, in the UK, is sold for £9.99. And I found it in the Waterstone in the Charing Cross Road. It's a very interesting book in London. And it's a small, relatively small, but it's only just in 128 pages. It's a small, it's the pocket size as they call it, so it's good for, even for Christmas, stocking filler as a gift to give someone. The book has 128 pages, I told, and the chapters, the table of the contents is as follows. Introduction, the story of the quinces in the garden, quinces in the kitchen, baked quinces, poached quinces, preserved savory dishes, sweet dishes, afternoon tea, drinks and liquors, confectionery, the books that made quinces popular, the lost world of the quince, health and beauty, appendix, orchards to visit, acknowledgement, bibliography, index of recipes. And the pages are a little bit yellowish color. I think that's the design of it. It's not just because it's older or it's just a design of the book, because that's actually somehow resembles the color of the color of the quince, which the book claims was known to the ancients as a golden apple. I know as a fact that this variety of the fruit is actually from Southwest Asia, and especially from the plateau of Iran, where it is grown for many centuries. It is called beh. Beh means the best. In Persian, beh is the name of the quince, and is called beh because in that language it means the best. And that is the best. But the author prefers to, as usual, because it's written by Europeans, goes to trace it back just in the history of the Greeks, as usual, and they call it as golden apples. And the golden apple is, according to them, is the quince. We don't have any historical proof for that, but this is what the author has came up with. The book has a lot of chapters and the history of it, poems and pieces and classical pieces of the information from the old books about quince, and from 19th century, 18th century. And a good number of recipes also, how to care, of course, growing it in containers. You can grow it in containers. That's interesting. Of course, you have to water it. Anything above the ground will lose the water due to the gravity. So water goes out from the bottom. So you have to add it. But the good thing about the quince. Okay, this book is very up to date. Why? I checked it actually. There are varieties of the quince that actually are new to this country, and the book has mentioned them. And these are the varieties from the keeper's nursery, Isfahan, for example, Iranian quince. As I told, that this is the origin of many of the common fruits in that area, Southwest Asia. And again, Shams means sun. Again, that is from Persia, Iran. And these are the varieties which are new to the Britain, and they have been introduced by the keeper's nursery. And I have a few of them in my own allotment, so I can tell that this is a new book in that sense. The information is up to date. So after that, you come to the point that you have to know what to do with the quince. Quince, I remember, okay, this is what this book says. What I remember by my mom is that we use it for making jam a lot. The seeds of it even are edible. You can just boil them like tea and just put in the tea or anything. That's very good for softening the throat for anybody who has a problem with the throat. If you're a singer, that may help you even. All kind of medicinal values for the quince and itself. The Iranian quinces that I know and I have eaten, they are edible as it is, as raw. But the European quinces I've heard, I've not tasted it. I've not grown them to know exactly. The ones that we have here in the UK are imported usually. But the ones that grow here, they say they're hard as granite, very hard, rock-like. But you can make a good jam out of them. And my mom you make the best jams you can have for any kind of fruit is a quince jam, or as you call it, preserve. And of course, there are other things you can use them: ginger, poached quinces, and other things. You can use them even because there are the hard varieties. The hard varieties which are from the UK, you can use them instead of apple in cooking. They are better than apple because they keep their shape better and they taste really good. Like the normal way that you use potato, you can use quince in conjunction with potato in all kind of stews and soups and everything. And you can liquidize them if you don't like chunky bits, but most people probably like also chunky bits. And it is a book that I can recommend. It has a good balance of everything: recipe, history, classical works, and varieties. As I told, varieties are really up to date. They're very good. Permanent record of the latest varieties that we have in the UK available to average gardener through the Keeper's Nursery, many of them. And the book has, as I told, 128 pages. It's quite small. You can order it from online bookstores or from the publisher, actually, if you want. The ISBN is this: 978-1909-248410. And I bought it from the Waterstone in Charing Cross Road for $9.99. In the US, probably it's about $15. And if you cannot find, if you want it for Christmas as a stocking filler, I think that you can get it if you're going for it. If you don't have much time, just ask your local bookshop to bring it for your local Waterstone or any other bookshop to bring it for you, so you will have it on time, hopefully. They have that network of connection that they receive these things probably quite quicker than us. And that's it. This is a good-sized book, beautiful, good for Christmas. Stocking filler. Book of quinces, growing and cooking. We're getting spoiled for choice. We have at least one book about quinces now. The next thing is that if I see there is any book about plums, that's what I like to see.